At this moment, we have finished dealing with the reflections, and this is pretty much the final outcome of the image when it comes to the shape of this. So we don't have the panel, it's huge difference. We sorted out the reflections. I believe they looking quite natural, and what's most important, they look clean. But of course, there might be a few more things to do on this image, and before I will move further to sorting out the light, I would like to create another layer. I will rename this into number clean, number 3. And why I'm doing this, of course I could do it a little bit earlier, but I have missed some of the spots. So before we move further, what I would do here, I would clean up all of the dirt that we have. So clean up the dirt we have on the product. It might be in a few different spots. It can appear on the edges. So there are small details, and in many cases it's possible they would not be visible. But it's good to have this one layer and see these things for yourself. So first I'm going to deal with some of this dust over here that I have. And what's most important is dealing out with the edges. So as we cut out the product, not always we will have really nice edges. So over here, it looks absolutely perfect, this edge on the side. But on the bottom, as you can see, we see it actually was sticking to the panel because we have this different color. So what I would do here with the clone stamp, I would try to blend this in softly. So I don't want to have strong and visible edge, and this is why I'm using clone stamp to blend this in. So it's not really like cleaning up, but I'm trying to cover up these bright spots over here. Not too difficult task. It might be difficult if you didn't get used to working with the tablet. So this is why it's important to work with the tablet. And also, I believe on some of these other products over here, I might have a little bit too strong of the light. So as we removed the panel, we don't want the product to look like they were taped to the image, like they are moved from somewhere else, but we want to make sure that this image look like it was the part of it since the very beginning. So also here, wherever you stick, I'm paying attention to these small details and trying to blend them in. So I'm going to do this on these other images. Not too big of the size when it comes to the brush, because when it will be too big, the cross might be too big. The cross between the product and the background. So we want to have it size maybe on to 2 pixels, so we have it blended. And let's have a look before, after. Before, after. As you can see, it's getting deeper into the background. So this is why I'm doing this. And over here, seems like this one we cut out quite deeply, so it actually looks quite natural. So this is the thing I want you to pay attention before we move forward. And the other thing is, of course, pay attention to all of the dirt and dust that we have. So if there is a chance to making this a little bit better before we move forward, for example, I can even use the clone stamp to blend this in, painting softly. I can do it. So make sure you will do it too. Some of the reflections like this one, they can stay, but sometimes if it bothers the eye, we can of course remove this. For example, the one here, from the distance, before I thought it looks okay, but then from the distance I think it doesn't look perfect, so also I'm going to cover this up. So now let's move to the next step, and we are going to talk about a little bit more difficult tasks. So we are going to do some dodge and burn on this image.